Kids and better parents, let's get back into it. Privatechefs.com. Why did I choose seemingly such a small market when, a lot of people like to work on things that can be big? I purposefully chose something small. And by small, I mean a business that could reach 7 figures in under a year so that it doesn't get overly complicated. I wanted something with as few moving pieces as possible so that I could teach my son, and hopefully you can gather these lessons and share them with your children, or if you're young, you can learn them yourselves and apply them. So, one of the things that we as humans like to do is overcomplicate things. Keeping things simple actually takes a lot more work than making it complicated. You can come up with lots of ideas. We need this and that and all these other things, and give me jobs and whatever. This bells and whistles and stuff. Removing and minimizing takes effort. It's an art. So in tech, we call this an MVP, a minimum viable project. What would a minimum viable project for something like privatechefs.com look like? Well, there's many things we can do. One of the first steps would be to start designing a landing page to gauge interest from potential customers. And this landing page is meant to capture contact information and progress them along a buying funnel. Now, the landing page allows you to put your best foot forward. So it would require you to think about your primary hero section, the top half of the website, the first thing people see when they land on your website on mobile and on desktop. And it allows you to go start buying ads to test where your ads are going to be the most effective. Is it Facebook? Is it Google? Is it Instagram? TikTok? Who knows, right? This forces us to start talking about how to find your customer base. So I mentioned 2 things already. And one of them is ads, customer base, actually more than 2 things. Landing page, design, hero section, mobile, desktop. All of those topics we're going to talk about in the coming month, amongst many others. Let me dive really quick into understanding your customer base. It's really important to not assume things. You can feel who your end customer is going to be, but oftentimes you'll discover that you might have assumed incorrectly. So, in this case, privatechefs.com, let's talk about who the end customer is. Is it the actual chef who's going to be paying to learn how to work in the household? Or is it the household who's going to be paying to train the chef that they did hire or wish to hire? We don't know. You can take a guess at to which one is going to be more prevalent in terms of opting in and purchasing this content. But if I had to guess, I'd say the person with more money is going to be the one that's more willing to pay for this because it saves them hassle. Remember, people like to buy the pill, the thing that fixes the pain. Who has the most pain here? Does the chef have a lot of pain? They have some having to learn a new household's rules, but the household has the most pain having to share these rules over and over again, these guides, what I like, what I don't like, what temperature I like my fish versus my steak, what types of oil I like, what types of tomatoes I don't like, so on and so forth. So we can make assumptions with this information. That then allows us to try to make other assumptions on where this population of customers hangs out online to buy ads there. You see? And so with a small budget, you can test if you were correct, incorrect, partly correct perhaps. And there you have it. There's a lot more, as you can see, that we can discuss. And we're going to jump into these things. For example, mobile versus desktop. We're going to jump into that tomorrow. How to think about these things separately, because they really are separate, even though it might be the same brand, the same website. How you think about both of these devices is critical, because if you think of it as one thing that just has to be mobile friendly, it's going to hold you back from reaching your goals quicker. And I'll tell you why tomorrow. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from it. Remember, I don't do this to earn a living. I do it to help you and share my experiences and my thoughts. So if you hit the thumbs up and you subscribe and you leave a comment and share this with your friends, it will mean a lot to me, and it motivates me to keep going and keep making content for you. Have a beautiful day, It's Sunday here in Miami. I don't know how the weather is where you're at, but we had tornado warnings today. But everything's good now. I'm going to go take a walk, and I will see you tomorrow.